The top stories: Indian investors target Ethiopia as macroeconomic reforms open floodgates for FDI. And Haramaya University actively engages in Ethiopia's flagship initiatives, including the Bounty of the Basket project. Hello and a warm welcome to EBC News. With the news, I'm Tabitha John. Do stay with us. Ethiopia's macroeconomic reform has enabled the nation to achieve sustainable and inclusive economic growth across all sectors, Minister of Finance Ahmed Shide remarked. The Ethiopian Finance Conference's Private Sector Forum is currently taking place to address sustainable development, macroeconomic, structural and trade challenges, engaging private sector participants, policymakers and financial institutions. Key topics for discussion at the conference include Ethiopia's macroeconomic reforms, financial sector reforms, investment opportunities, and government services. On this occasion, Finance Minister Ahmed highlighted that the macroeconomic reforms have produced tangible outcomes over the past year. He emphasized that the macroeconomic reform policies are enhancing regional integration and transforming Ethiopia's economic, social, and political landscape. According to the minister, the total foreign currency inflows from all sources increased from 24.7 billion USD last year to 32.1 billion USD this year, serving as a key indicator of economic stability and progress. Additionally, Ethiopia raised its foreign exchange earnings to 8.3 billion USD in the concluded fiscal year, the minister noted. Venezuela and Ethiopia celebrated 75 years of diplomatic relations at an event hosted by the Venezuelan embassy in Addis Ababa on Monday. Ties were formally established on July 20th, 1950. The ceremony drew senior Ethiopian officials such as Ambassador Mule Tarreqeñ and the Deputy Director for Europe and the Americas at Ethiopia's Foreign Ministry, along with diplomats, business leaders, and guests from Africa, Latin America, and the Caribbean. Venezuela's Ambassador Eddie Jose Cordoba highlighted the partnership's historical and strategic importance, delivering greetings from President Nicolas Maduro and Foreign Minister Ivan Gil Pinto. He noted the milestone as both a celebration and a springboard for deeper multi-sectoral cooperation. The event concluded with renewed vows of solidarity, unity, and mutual respect, signaling both nations' commitment to strengthening their relationship in the future. India is Ethiopia's second largest investor and trading partner, with investments totaling 6.5 billion USD. Indian businesses are now eyeing new opportunities in the country, driven by sweeping economic reforms and the liberalization of Ethiopia's financial sector. Speaking to EBC World, Indian ambassador to Ethiopia, Anil Kumar Rai, said the reforms are significantly enhancing the investment climate for Indian foreign direct investment. Shagao Yamata has this report.
Ethiopia has introduced macroeconomic reforms aimed at attracting more foreign investment by improving the overall business climate. As a result, investor interest in the Ethiopian market is steadily growing. Talking to EBC World, Indian ambassador to Ethiopia Anil Kumar Rai stated that Ethiopia's economic reforms are drawing investors across multiple sectors. He also noted that these transformative changes are paving the way for renewed and strengthened trade ties between India and Ethiopia.
The first iteration of homegrown economic reform brought certain changes, and the second iteration of the homegrown economic reforms is quite revolutionary in nature. It has opened up its financial sector, it has made the currency float, and repatriation of the profits by the foreign investors has been made possible. In addition, those sectors which has always remained closed are now opening up. So once we saw these opportunities, we have made two reports. One is how to export to India from the agriculture sector, and other one is that how to trade with India, particularly the mineral resources from Africa, with a special reference to Ethiopia.
The diplomat highlighted the growing interest of Indian companies in Ethiopia, particularly in sectors such as mining and information technology, driven by the government's favorable economic reforms.
Our focus area is mining and IT. Mining because you have one of the best potash deposits, you have rich gold deposits, and there are many other new kind of energy which is coming up. There are good potential for gas also. So these are the sectors where Indian companies have good competencies. And so far as the existing investors are concerned, so by liberalization of your currency and removal of restrictions on import and usage of the foreign currency has eased the difficulties, and they are now their order books are filled up. They are happy to complete their professionally the task in a very short span of time. So these, I mean, in sum, I can say that the reforms which has been made is bringing dividends, and these companies which are already invested in Ethiopia, they are very cheerful and very optimistic about the coming days.
As Ethiopia's second largest investor and trading partner, India is working to balance trade relations by leveraging Ethiopia's financial sector liberalization and the duty-free market access India offers to Ethiopian exports.
India and Indian investors have invested roughly $6.5 billion in Ethiopia. Through that, they are creating roughly 70,000 jobs, and 65 Indian investments are registered in Ethiopia. In terms of number, so India is the second largest investor and second largest trading partner of Ethiopia. What we see is that out of the trade between India and Ethiopia, we export high value goods. However, we import relatively low value goods. So our effort is to make this trade more balanced so that Ethiopia gain out of the opening up, Ethiopia gain out of the duty-free, quota-free access which has been provided by India.
Ambassador Rai finally commended Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed's leadership in driving Ethiopia's economic transformation, poised to bring significant benefits to the people of Ethiopia.
Ethiopia's Haramaya University says it is actively engaged in the nation's flagship projects like Bounty of the Basket initiative. The university told EBC World that it significantly changed the lives of the farming community in eastern Ethiopia. Sintayo Tamrat reports.
Established in 1950s as an agricultural college, the present-day Haramaya University has been contributing immensely to Ethiopia's national development. The university, in addition to the agriculture disciplines, has various colleges and has been designated as research university this year.
The university has been involved in different technology generation and, of course, addressing or disseminating the generated technologies to the community or end users. And historically, Haramaya University is the first institution which started, of course, extension. And it is after that the Minister of Agriculture take over the role and then become national-wide extension system. So majorly the university has been pioneering in agriculture, and now through the differentiation it is designated as a research university this year, mostly excellencing in agriculture. And among the generated research, research outputs, particularly in agriculture, the university has disseminated several technologies.
Through its community service, the university changed the lives of the farming community in East Ethiopia.
The university has changed the life of the community, surrounding community, especially farming community, when it comes to agriculture. And if you take a specific technology, for example, potato is one of the research outputs that the university has been disseminating, and so far we generated more than 12 different varieties of the technology, which are of course disseminated nationwide, and that has improved, the productivity of the crop, And not only that, the local varieties or land-raised varieties are highly affected by disease and also low in their productivity. And so the people, the community should spray several times these pesticides and herbicides. But in our case, the technologies or the varieties released from this university has the merit that it has a tolerance to these pests and diseases.
In terms of agricultural technology disseminations, the university contributed about around 24% of national average to crop variety, crop and fodder, which we can say crop and fodder for productivity enhancement and the food security. We released about 154 crop varieties, including fodder.
Haramaya University delivered better cattle breeds, progressively improving them for 35 years now.
We are working on all sectors of livestock, of course. Just to mention one, to improve cattle breed, for example, we have a very excellent breed here in the lowland part of Somali region, which we call the Ogaden breed cattle. They are solid white in color, resembling the Borana cattle. And the university has been, improving the breed for the last more than 35 years through selection. Historically, this worldwide well-known breeds are improved through this way, through breed improvement through selection. So we are doing that here to have our own brand breed.
Over the years, the university's technology delivery has not been limited to the nearby communities, but has been elevated to meaningfully assisting the country's flagship projects like Elemat Rufat or Bounty of Baskets initiative, which was spearheaded by Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed to ensure national food and nutrition self-sufficiency.
We engage with the diverse stakeholders, industry sectors, private and the public, research organizations, so on and so forth. So while we are doing this, we are trying our best to align with national development goal.
A good experience was taken from wheat irrigation and green legacy. That is, after that, the bounty of food was developed. And then starting from the irrigated wheat production, it is we are the first to be involved from the higher education institutions. We are the first to be involved. We started with the East Hararghe Zone Office of Agriculture, and technically with the supply of inputs and also with documentation and other services. We started with that and we expanded that, and even the university has been donating a huge amount of seed to the community.
And finally, in southern and southwestern Ethiopia, a remarkable plant known as enset, the so-called false banana, is quietly transforming food security. Unlike its banana cousin, enset is cultivated not for fruit, but for its starchy underground and pseudo-stem, which are processed into porridge and bread. Speaking to EBC World, senior agriculture researcher Dr. Tzedek Abate challenged the common moniker of enset as the tree for hunger. Instead, he stated it as a tree for abundance, resilience, versatility, and hope, a testament to centuries of Ethiopian indigenous wisdom and sustainable farming practices. Tigist Sarnisa has the details.
Enset is a crop solely cultivated in the Ethiopian highlands and mostly unknown outside of Ethiopia. Grown by smallholder subsistence farmers, it is a staple starch food for close to 40 million people. The enset plant looks similar to a banana plant, but it's not grown for its fruits. Rather, the plant's underground corn and pseudostem base are processed into porridge and bread. Approached by EBC World senior agriculture researcher Dr. Tzedek Abate argues that enset is not a tree for hunger, rather a tree of abundance.
I have so many things that really the language itself is really critical. It describes so many things.
Yes.
What you want to say, where you want to go, how you want to go, it matters. the psychology also matters. As you to use your language, the narrative matters. So I said, no, it's not against tree against hungry, it's enset. It's a tree for abundance. So we should change ourselves, our thinking along that line.
With regard to expansion of enset, the researcher has stressed that with a sound protocol and agreements put in place, it can be cultivated across African countries.
Enset is not only just Ethiopia, but it can be expanded within Ethiopia. It can be with, I want to emphasize this, with proper protocol, proper agreements between governments. It can go to many parts of Africa where the environment, the agroecology is right. In Ethiopia as well, we say it's in southern Ethiopia, but if you look at restaurants in Addis Ababa, without kwacho, the bread, nothing is complete, whether you are talking about hotels, whether you are talking about weddings, wherever you have...
so it's part of the dish.
It's a staple across the country. But, you know, up north, far east, we haven't gone there, but the agroecology is there. Why don't we expand it to North Shore? Why don't we expand it to Wollo? Why don't we expand it to Gojam, Gondar, Tigray, wherever there is the agroecology, the right agroecology?
Okay.
So that's where we stand with enset.
The researcher further highlighted that it is pivotal to ease the enset processing to alleviate the hard labor that comes with it.
In terms of priority, if you ask me, what are really the things that have to be done immediately? Basically two things, two highest priorities side by side. One, you have to solve the problem of processing. It's a very, very tedious job. Another number one, I wouldn't say number two, another number one is the information. There is no statistics. Such a huge crop, you don't have reliable statistics that would help policymakers to plan food security for the coming years.
Enset farming households rely on enset as a staple and co-staple in combination with maize, wheat, barley, teff, and to a lesser extent tubers and legumes. Given its potential, it's no wonder that enset is explored as a crop to help battle rising food insecurity across the continent.
And the kocho we prepare it, and the third part is the root part.
You're watching ABC, a reminder of the top stories. Indian investors target Ethiopia as macroeconomic reforms open floodgates for FDI. And Haramaya University actively engages in Ethiopia's flagship initiatives, including the Bounty of the Baskets project. That's all we had for now. I'm Tabitha John. Thank you for watching. Goodbye for now and take care.